Hey folks, welcome to our 2025 AFTA New Product Showcase. A lot of our projects have come together and we've got a stack of new products to release this year at the AFTA Trade Show. Today we're going to take a walk through those new TT and ZMan products. Stay tuned. All right, first cab off the rank, we're going to have a look at a couple of new spinnerbait additions. So the TT Tornado Plus spinnerbait range has become a favourite on the Murray cod. We have two new additions, one for you guys chasing golden perch or yellow belly, and another cracker for those chasing big Murray cod. Firstly, this guy here, Tornado Plus Mini. So we've worked closely with Lubin Pfeiffer from the Full Scale Fishing Adventure on both of these new releases. This guy here is a compact, heavy-duty spinnerbait that's perfect for golden perch or yellow belly. It's also going to be great on big bass and sooty grunter. 10 colours in the range in 3/8 ounce and 1/2 ounce weights. And in terms of the build, we've got a heavy-duty stainless steel frame, double Colorado blades for maximum thump and vibration, that hand-painted sculptured head with the 3D eyes, quality silicone skirt, and we're built on a brutally strong mustard black nickel chemically sharpened hook with a heavy-duty TT custom stinger in there. You'll also see we've got our pre-rigged TT Enforcer trailer on there for adding bulk and also action to that presentation. So that's the TT Tornado Plus Mini in a bunch of your favourite colours, including carp, pearl, fire tiger, and also this guy, this is the new redfin colour. So make sure you check that out. It's beautiful redfin highlights on there, and that redfin colour is also available in the 1/2 ounce, 3/4 and 1 ounce in a double Colorado Tornado Plus, and also in the twin spin Tornado Plus. There you go. Might be mini, but he packs a punch, and he'll even handle a cod if you do come across one on that micro. Moving across from our mini, and we have our mega. This is an absolute beast mode spinnerbait, and I can't wait for you guys to see the giant cod that Lubin has caught on this guy. So this is the Tornado Plus Mega Twin Spin. So as you can see here, twin spin, we've got our double Colorado blades, but this guy packs nice and compact for storage, and all we do is slide that out and our blades are open, ready to go. And we've got that thump and vibration of those two highly polished Colorado blades. We've got welded loops on here, as with all the Tornado Plus, to keep those blades locked in place, even through big powerful casts and fighting big aggressive Murray cod. So this guy here, twin spin design, we've got that sculptured hand-painted head with 3D eyes, quality silicone skirt on there, and we've got that big TT Enforcer trailer on there for maximum profile, maximum movement, vibration. And the key to this guy here is these two here. This is world-class SL12 Gamakatsu hooks on this guy, so built on an SL12 with an SL12 trailer, fed in there through that custom rigging slot on there. So that guy there is all about catching big cod with that penetration and also the strength of those Gamakatsu SL12s. 8 colours in the range, including favourites like fire tiger, pearl, and that carp colour. So that is the absolute mega. That is beast mode spinnerbait, Tornado Plus Mega Twin Spin spinnerbait if you love targeting big Murray cod. All right, you guys have been loving the TT Enforcer soft plastic swim baits in the 220mm and the 250mm. Feedback, you wanted a smaller one, so here we go. This is the 190mm in 8 colours and that beautiful realistic baitfish swim bait profile. You can see here we've got our eye, gill and fin and that scale detail on there as well. So beautiful realism, narrower profile to increase that hookup rate, and we've got notches in the back here to make jig head rigging nice and easy. So that's our 190mm in 8 colours. For fishing that guy, we've added a harness system in a size 2. So this guy here, 4x strong ST66 owner hooks, and that's perfect for those that are wanting to harness rig. Otherwise, there's a ton of jig head options in the TT range for rigging that 190mm swim bait. So we're thinking big flatties, Murray cod, barra, all sorts of species, mulloway, have been loving the larger sizes, and this guy is going to be perfect when that bait's a bit smaller, but you want that big bite. So there you go, check out that new 190mm in the TT Enforcer Swimbait. You guys have been smashing the fish on the range of TT metal vibration blades and tail spinners. A ton of different species, fresh and salt. So we've added a new color across the Switchblade Plus, SwitchMinnow Plus, and also the FlashPoint Plus tail spinner range. And that color is this guy here. It's the carp color. So this is beautiful for those fishing the fresh where carp exist and fish feed on those small carp, but it's also just a cracker natural color as well. So it's beautiful brownie color with some awesome UV highlights on there and a really nice looking scale pattern. So that's going to appeal to a stack of different species from freshwater right through to brim and other blade favorites. So you can see up there, we've got that full range of carp, but we've also got a couple of new additions in the Switchblade Plus range across the 3 sizes. One of those is redfin, joining the SwitchMinnow Plus and also FlashPoint tail spinner. So that redfin is a really, really beautiful redfin imitation with some nice color highlights on there. And the other color that we've added in the Switchblade Plus across the 3 sizes is one of your favorites, and that is the yabby color. So beautiful pearlescent finish, those nice UV highlights and that UV eye as well. So keep an eye out for those. That's carp across a stack of models and also that Switchblade Plus in the redfin and the yabby color. Our TT Jighead value packs are super popular, and with the rising popularity of our blade range, we've had a lot of requests for some blade value packs that hand-pick colors to suit target species and also general fishing. So you'll see here we've got our Switchblade Plus in 2 different value packs. So this is the 42mm 7 gram, which is extremely popular and versatile blade. We've got a Lubin Pfeiffer full scale value pack. So this is the yellow pack. He's picked 3 of his favorite colors for targeting yellow belly or golden perch. We also have an all conditions pack where we've handpicked 3 colors that have got you covered no matter what water clarity or light you come across when you hit the water. In our SwitchMinnow Plus, we've also got a Lubin Pfeiffer value pack. So again, these are his 3 favorites for targeting yellow belly or golden perch in the 37mm size. We also have a 43mm all conditions pack. So this is a variety of colors that suit dirty water, clear water, bright days, dark days. So you're covered no matter what conditions you come across when you head out there to fish. SwitchPrawn Plus has been super popular and catches a ton of different species, fresh and salt. So there's 2 different SwitchPrawn Plus value packs. We've got a 37mm and also the 44mm. Again, we've picked 3 colors to cover the different conditions that you might come across. So that's our metal vibration blade value packs. We've also added another. You guys have been loving the Quake Power Vibe. Nice action in a soft vibe, good profile, plenty of action, well built, and they vibrate right down to the little 50mm and 60mm size. So dynamite on brim, dynamite on flatties, but they catch a ton of species in the fresh and the salt. So we've also put together a value pack in the 50mm Quake and also the 60mm Quake. Again, choosing 3 awesome colors to cover the different conditions that you might come across in the daytime. So if you love your blade or your vibe fishing, make sure you check out those value packs in the TT Switchblade, SwitchMinnow Plus, SwitchPrawn Plus, and also that Quake Power Vibe. The TT HeadlockZ HD range of jig heads is extremely comprehensive, and it's also Australia's favourite range of jig heads. We've expanded the range again due to angler requests. So with the popularity of the micro finesse style of baits like the Z-Man, micro goat, shad fries and guppy grubs, we've had a lot of requests for a smaller size in a HeadlockZ HD. So you still want that nice heavy wire hook, that mustard black nickel chemically sharpened hook, but we want a size 6. So it's going to fit those microplastics, but it's still going to handle big brim and other species that want to eat that jelly bean profile. So we've got a 1/28th, 1/20th, 1/16th and a 1/12th. So 4 nice finesse options in that size 6 heavy hook. We've also added a 1/8 ounce in the 4 heavy. So what that is perfect for is punching big long casts in the wind and also getting that finesse plastic down into deeper water, especially with flow. So keep an eye out for that size 6 and that 1/8 4 if you love your finesse plastics fishing. We've also added, due to angler requests, a 1/12 ounce in a 2.0 and a 3.0 heavy. So you wanted that heavy wire 2.0 and 3.0, but you wanted less weight. And we were getting requests from guys fishing shallow rubble for snapper and other reefies, guys chasing mangrove jack, barramundi up north, and also over the weed beds for flathead and that sort of thing. So lots of applications where you want to use your favorite Z-Man 3.5 inch and 4 inch plastics, but you want that 1/12 ounce weight. So there you go, you can check out that full range of HeadlockZ HD jig heads, including those new models at tackletactics.com.au. One of my favourite jig heads in the TT range is the TT DemonZ range of jig heads. So they're a hand-painted jig head with a 3D eye, available in a range of colours with flat-sided head that creates flash when you fish your plastic. They're built on a quality Gamakatsu hook, so really, really sharp and also strong. Additions in these guys, we've got a 2.0 and a 3.0 in a 1/2 ounce in 6 colours. So perfect for those guys wanting to fish that 2.0 or 3.0 hook, but wanting that 1/2 ounce weight to fish deep, especially in flow or when you're targeting schooled bass in deep water. So it's going to be a dynamite addition to the DemonZ. And here's another really cool addition. This guy's a DemonZ with a difference. This is a DemonZ StingerZ. Same demon head, Gamakatsu hook, but we have the addition of a toe point down the bottom here where we can attach assist hooks. So this is available in 3 colours, in a 1/4 ounce and also a 3/8 ounce. And it's primarily been designed for anglers chasing yellow belly, golden perch, fishing small plastics. We've got a 1.0 heavy on a 1/4 ounce or 3.0. So small plastics with that assist hook, getting down there and getting into those golden perch and yellow belly. So that's the DemonZ StingerZ, 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce, 3 colours, that 1.0 heavy hook and that stinger attachment point. Here's an exciting system for anglers wanting to target Y-Ting on soft plastics. So it's one of those species that can be a bit tricky, so we've designed a system for catching them. So the system centers around this guy here, which is the Y-Ting system jig head. So it's a jig head that's designed with a long shank black nickel chemically sharpened hook. So it's got a narrow gape, but a longer shank, which is perfect for whiting when they're eating worms. So that's our jig head set up there. Then coming off the bottom of that jig head, it's designed with an attachment point for our Y-Ting assist hook. So that Y-Ting assist hook, we just feed through the worm and you can see it up in the tail there. So that gives us another hook point further up along the worm plastic. So those guys come in a pack of 6. That's a number 6 super sticky owner chinu hook. And you can see here, black cord on there. It's 80mm, which is perfect for the 4-inch worm here, and 9 kilo breaking strain on the cord. So if you are fishing this and you hook a brim, flathead, other species, silver trevally that love eating a worm, you're okay there. You've got that 9 kilo cord running through the middle there, so that's fine. So our Y-Ting jig heads come in 4 colors. There's a silver, bloodworm, red, and also that UV orange. Nice pop in that one there. And weight-wise, we've got 1/12, 1/8, and 1/6 to cover different casting distances and water depths that you're fishing. We've got the system paired up here with a 4-inch Z-Man Finesse worms. And the cool thing about that is it's a elastec plastic, so it's naturally buoyant. It's going to stand up and move around. The fish are going to come in, that looks like an injured worm or a feeding worm. They're going to come in, and if they don't find that main hook, they'll find that assist, and that Y-Ting system has done its job, catching you that King George whiting or yellowfin whiting or other species that love to eat worms. So make sure you check out that Y-Ting system jig head, Y-Ting system assist hooks, and also that Z-Man 4-inch Finesse worm. All right, while we're talking blades and jig heads, we should also take a close look at these guys. These are our new multi-purpose tackle trays. So size-wise, they're the same as our small and medium shallow in the split foam. tackle tray, but inside we've got a different configuration with lots of adjustable compartments to store our lures or jig heads. UV stabilised boxes that open from either side, or we can remove the lid completely if we're wanting to load or access everything in that tray nice and easily. So you can see there lots of divider sections in here so that we can adjust that to fit blades, jig heads, metal slugs, small hard bodies, whatever it is that we want to store in these compartments. And this guy fits nicely in the tackle block, and both fit in our sling bag as well. So a couple more awesome storage options for your gear. Check out those guys and also the full range of TT tackle storage online at tackletactics.com.au and also at your local TT stockist. They are the multi-purpose storage trays. The TT25 Copperhead series rods have arrived and they look absolutely spectacular with their copper highlights on the rod. They're a 24-ton Torocarbon blank, so nice, light, responsive rod. Fuji Concept O guides on there and custom TT ergonomic reel seat as well. Excellent value for money and perfect for those getting into lure fishing. They're all two-piece models for ease of transport and storage, and the range has been expanded to suit a wider range of applications. We have a 6 foot in a 1 to 3, 6 foot 6, 2 to 4, 7 foot models in 1 to 3, 2 to 4 and 3 to 6. And if you're looking for a bit more length, land-based fishing, there's a 7 foot 6 in a 2 to 4 and a 9 foot in a 3 to 6. So those guys are popular for flats fishing and also those fishing land-based, right down to fishing tight, skinny water creeks and those sorts of things. So perfect for those getting into lure fishing. Check out that range of Copperhead TT25 series rods. The TT25 series red belly range of rods are a real sweet spot in the range and perfect for those that want to step up a little in terms of components and rod blank. So this is built on a 30-ton Torocarbon blank, so nice and light and responsive. Fuji K-series tangle-free guides with Fazlite rings, and we've got that beautiful lightweight cutaway reel seat, that custom TT reel seat. Again, these rods are two-piece for ease of transport and storage, and beautiful blood red highlights on there to finish that rod off. So 6 models across the range. We have 6 foot 6 models in a 2 to 4 and a 3 to 6, and then 4 7 foot models, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 6, and a 4 to 8 kilo if you're looking for a little bit more stopping power on snapper, mulloway, and those sorts of species. So that is the TT25 series red belly rods. Let's take a closer look at the pinnacle of the TT25 series rod range, and that is the TT25 series black Mamba range of rods. So these rods are beautiful looking, super slick, awesome aesthetics on that with those silver highlights right throughout the rod, and they're built on an ultra light and responsive 36 and 40 ton Torocarbon blank with increased power in the bottom end of the 25 series range of rods. Guide-wise throughout, full Fuji K-series tangle-free guides with alkanite rings, and these rods are a butt join rod. So for ease of travel, nice sturdy butt join on those. You can see down the bottom end here, beautiful custom carbon TT reel seat with a front alloy rounded section here that looks good, it's comfortable to fish, and it gives you additional feel when you are fishing those rods. So that's the TT Black Mamba 25 series. Beautiful range of rods, perfect for those that are serious about their lure fishing. And in terms of models in the range, we've got a 7 foot 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 6, and 4 to 8. And there's also that addition of the 7 foot 6, 2 to 4, which is becoming a favourite for anglers fishing the flats. So those guys look good, feel good, and they're perfect if you want to step up your lure fishing game and get stuck into a stack of different species. That's the TT25 Black Mamba series. Our new TT ZMan premium t-shirts have arrived from Pelagic. They look good, they feel good, they fit well, and they're functional. So that's what Pelagic's all about. These guys are 60% cotton, 40% polyester blend, which means they're nice and soft, hard wearing, and they dry quicker as well. So design-wise, we've got three. We've got our big HeadlockZ HD jig head, tough gear for tough fish, TT fishing shirt. We also have our TT flat out fishing performance. Who doesn't love a flatty? So I want to see plenty of those flathead shirts out there. And then in the petrol color, we've got the Z-Man Angry Snapper chasing that centered jerk shads on a big eyes jig head. So those two guys in black, this guy in petrol, in sizes from small through to 3XL. So make sure you check those guys out online and your local TT stockist. New TT and ZMan fishing shirts have arrived from Pelagic in one of their most popular models. This is the 50 plus UV Aquatech hooded fishing shirt. So these guys are a 4-way stretch material, quick dry, super soft feel, beautiful shirt. And we've got two designs. We've got a charcoal design in the TT, and that's a subtle scale pattern of the TT logo. And then Jace, our graphic design guy, has gone a bit wild on the Z-Man one. This is the Z-Man scattered logo print with some plastic silhouettes there as well, and that's on the petrol color. So we have that UV 50 plus protection. We've also got that addition of the hood and some strategic ventilation in there for airflow as well. So that's the two new fishing shirts. Keep an eye out for those guys. All right, so we're over onto the Z-Man wall now, and we've got some exciting new color additions and also some cool new product additions to the Z-Man range. So first off, let's kick off with one of Australia's favorite soft plastics, and that's the Z-Man 3-inch minnows, now in the Yabby color. So that Yabby color, super popular. So we've added it in that 3-inch minnows. That's gonna be dynamite, and also added in the 2.5-inch grubs. So 2.5-inch grubs is a go-to for a lot of anglers fishing in Australia for a ton of different species. So we've added the Yabby, we've added Opening Night, Houdini and Calico Candy as well. So some of your go-to colors now available in a 2.5-inch grubs in those laminate colors. More exciting news, we've got 4 new Aussie color additions, and some of those also include this 2.5-inch grubs. So let's have a closer look at those 4 new colors. 4 dynamite new color additions to the Z-Man range. We've worked closely with Z-Man US to nail these colors. They look absolutely spectacular. First cab off the rank is this guy. So this is called Ghost Chartreuse. So we've got a beautiful Chartreuse back. There's an old saying, if it ain't Chartreuse, it ain't no use. And I know lots of you guys love Chartreuse in clean or dirty water. This guy is beautiful. He's got a solid Chartreuse back, and then we've got a belly on here that is loaded with silver flecks. So it's got a nice natural scale flash, as well as that UV pop of the Chartreuse, with that beautiful clear belly like only Z-Man can do it. So perfect clear belly loaded with fleck in there. So that guy is going to be available in a 2.5-inch grubs, 2.5-inch slim swims, 3-inch slim swims and 3-inch minnows, 3.75-inch streaks, a 4-inch streaks curly tails, and the 4-inch and 5-inch diesel minnows. So loads of your favorites in that new Ghost Chartreuse color. Okay, second new color addition, and this is a beautiful pink addition to the range. So this guy is called Cotton Candy, and it's got a nice translucent pink top, going to be a flatty favorite, but it's going to appeal to a ton of other species. And the belly on here, we've got our Opening Night belly with that nice fleck to create a natural scale flash with a UV purple fleck in there as well. So that is Cotton Candy, a really nice pink addition to the range with that beautiful fleck through it, in a 2.5-inch and 3-inch slim swims, 3-inch minnows, 3.75-inch streaks. We've got our 4-inch StreakZ curly tails and also a 4-inch and 5-inch diesel minnows. So that's going to be a cracker. That's Cotton Candy color. All right, color addition number 3. Something a little bit different, this guy. So this is a color we spent a lot of time working on to make sure we get that belly and back color right. So this color is called Fiddler Crab, and it's got a lot of those natural highlights of crabs that attract fish to feed on them. So we've got that greeny, pumpkin, browny sort of back on there with a fleck through it to give good contrast. And then we've got that UV pop of a nice orange translucent belly. So much like a fiddler crab, we've got that darker color and we've got that bright orange pop. So that's going to appeal to a stack of different species. It's going to be dynamite in dirty water, around weed, fishing the creeks, but I think it's going to be a good all-rounder for a stack of different species. Available in a 2.5-inch GrubZ, Slim Swims and Prawns. So a lot of your nice Finesse models, dynamite on brim. Also 3-inch Slim Swims and the 3-inch minnows as well. So that's Fiddler Crab. Make sure you check that guy out when he drops. All right, I've saved the best till last for you. This is Jelly Prawn. So Jelly Prawn available in 9 models. That's how much we love this. We've nailed the color on this one. So this has got a beautiful browny amber translucent top and that clear belly like Z-Man does it. Like this is ultra clear with a nice fine scale fleck in there. So it's going to be brilliant for those tough bites, clear water, bright conditions. When you go, oh, I just can't get them to eat, I just can't get them to eat, they're going to eat this guy. So Jelly Prawn available in 2.5-inch GrubZ, Prawns and Slim Swims. 3-inch Slim Swims and 3-inch minnows, 3.75-inch streaks, 4-inch streaks curly tails, and the 4-inch and 5-inch diesel minnows. So I know you're going to love that Jelly Prawn. I know you're going to catch a ton of different species on it. And when the bite's tough, this is going to get you the bite. The Z-Man Micro Finesse Baits range has been super popular. It's great when you need to downsize on a tough bite, but it's also amazing some of the creatures that will eat these little guys. So this is the new addition to the micro baits range, and this is the 2-inch Guppy Grub. So it's the ultimate finesse curl tail, 2-inch with a nice little chunky body that rigs well on a jig head, and a nice ribbing in there as well that holds scent really well. The tail design is also unique with a bit of a spine in the tail that creates resistance, and it gives it a nice tail action on the retrieve and also on the sink, getting those bites throughout the retrieve. Available in 6 colors, rigs beautifully on a size 2 in a HeadlockZ Finesse and a size 4 and that new size 6 that we talked about in the HeadlockZ HD. So that's the 2-inch Guppy Grubs. Make sure you check out that guy and the full Z-Man Micro Finesse Baits range. One of the most popular forage species for fish in the fresh and the salt is a worm. So these guys, the Z-Man 4-inch finesse worms, are going to be deadly. We showed you these earlier when we were rigging that Y-Ting system from TT, that Y-Ting jig head and assist hook, and it utilizes the benefit of ElaZtech. So this plastic is naturally buoyant, so it's going to stand up and move in the water and attract fish to it. And it's also super soft and realistic in the feel, and it's durable. So you're going to catch fish after fish on these guys. They come in a 10-pack and they come in 3 colors: pumpkin, PB&J or peanut butter and jelly, and watermelon red flake. So worms, lots of different species eat them. You can rig it on a jig head or you can rig it utilizing that new TT Y-Ting system. Moving along the wall here a bit further, and we've got a really versatile addition to the range. So this is the 3.5-inch and 4.5-inch Z-Man ChatterShad. So it's designed as a chatterbait or spinnerbait trailer, and there's lots of cool characteristics on here that make it a dynamite trailer, but it's also awesome standalone as a jerk bait style profile if you want to walk the dog with it, and on the sink it's got a really nice wobble on it. So let's have a look at the features on this guy. So you can see we've got a nice head section here, jerk bait style head that's going to hold a jig head really well, standard or weedless jig head. In the belly body section here we're segmented, diamond shaped sections in the body, and that transmits movement through this plastic from your chatterbait or your spinnerbait. And we've got these little V sections on here as well, grooves on there, and that's what gives it that rock and roll on the fall when you rig it on a, say, a Chinlock's SWS, a belly weighted weedless jig head. So chatterbait or spinnerbait, that energy transmits well through to the tail of this plastic, razor thin tail on here. So you get loads of movement in that as a chatterbait or spinnerbait trailer, but also for those of you guys that are chasing jacks and barra in the drains, flatties over the weed beds and that sort of thing, this thing is dynamite twitched, especially on a Chinlock's SWS weedless jig head, where we can walk the dog, get it moving, we can pause, and we get that wobble on the sink. Boom, fish on. 3.5-inch and 4.5-inch ChatterShad, super versatile plastic to have in the kit. Here's one that you guys asked for. This is the new 6-inch center jerk shad. So we have the 5 and the 7, and this fits in the middle perfectly. So it's going to appeal to a stack of different species, from flathead and mulloway out to your snapper and then out to reef and pelagic species. A really nice bite-sized center jerk shad. That tail folds away so you get the hook up. Pre-scented with Procure scent in 8 dynamite colors. And that jerk shad profile is so versatile. Without that built-in tail action, you can get a long cast, you can get it down there quick, especially in deep water and current, and then you can apply the action that you want to apply or give it that high-speed retrieve to get that tail swimming along and get the eat. So check that out. That's the 6-inch centered jerk shad, 8 colors. Super pumped on this guy. This is the 7-inch StreakZ curly tail. So this has been designed by Declan Williams, experienced fishing guide and our product development manager. So working closely with the US to get this design spot on. So we've got that minnow style body, we've got that long curly tail, but this guy's going to be a great transition from a jerkbait as well, because you can see that nice thin tail. It's still going to get down deep, it's still going to get down in flow, but it's going to have additional action in that plastic from that curl tail. So this guy is perfect for snapper, reefies, pelagics, but also going to be popular inshore for barramundi, mulloway, big flathead, and it's got a nice deep belly slot and a hook pocket so you can rig it weedless for fishing drains and structure as well for those species. Comes in 8 dynamite colors, including a stack of favorites in the 4-inch and 5-inch model. So that's the 7-inch StreakZ curly tail, versatile presentation, catch a ton of species. All right, here's the release that I'm probably most pumped about. The ZMan PrawnZ Elite has been super popular. Pre-rigged realistic prawn profile. The 3.5-inch and the 5-inch have caught a ton of species around the country. And now we've got these guys, 2 little bite-sized snacks, 2.5-inch and 3-inch model in a ton of cool colors. Everything eats a prawn and these guys just get eaten. So this little 2.5-inch has a 1/10 ounce internal weight and the 3-inch model has a 1/8 ounce internal weight. So that beautiful, nice, slow fall that we get from that weighted, pre-weighted prawn. In terms of features, same great features that have made the 2 larger models so popular. We've got that ultra-realistic prawn profile. We've got the internal glass rattle, that segmented body with that nice cup tail that gives us that natural tail kick. And then on the fall, these things just come to life with all of that leg and antennae vibration on the fall and on the draw that attracts the fish and triggers those strikes. So 2.5-inch and 3-inch models, but also 6 new color additions as well. So we've got motor oil, we've got gold rush, party prawn, jelly prawn, tiger prawn, and yabby. And those 6 new colors have also transferred across to the 3.5-inch model, and we've taken 3 across to the 5-inch model. So in the 5-inch, you'll find jelly prawn, gold rush, and also tiger prawn. So super pumped on these guys. Everything just eats them. We've now got 2 new additions to the range in terms of size that the river and estuary and freshwater guys are going to love, and also some new colors across the range. So keep an eye out for those. PrawnZ Elite. Another exciting addition to the ZMan PrawnZ Elite range is the PrawnZ Elite Unrigged in a 3.5-inch and also in a 5-inch model. You guys wanted a prawn that was lighter, heavier, weedless. Now you're covered with the unrigged option. You can rig it however you like. 3-pack in the 3.5-inch, 2-pack in the 5-inch, and on the packaging you'll see recommended jig heads to suit those plastics when you're rigging. So 3.0 or 4.0 in a weedless or a HeadlockZ HD in your PrawnZ Elite, 7.0 or 8.0 in the 5-inch or an 8.0 weedless option. So these guys have a lot of the features of the PrawnZ Elite. We've got that segmented body, we've got that cup tail for a natural tail kick, and then on the glide, we've got all of that leg vibration there to attract fish and trigger strikes. Looking dynamite there in the jelly prawn color. In terms of rigging, we've got a pre-molded rigging slot inside the head of this plastic, and that makes jig head rigging really easy on a standard jig head. So that hook will thread through nice and straight and pop out through that hook pocket on the top there. So standard rigged, being a 3.0 or 4.0 in a HeadlockZ HD gives you a ton of weight options for fishing lighter and also fishing heavier. And then we've also got that ability to rig weedless so that we can fish right in amongst that structure. So on this guy here, we've got a belly slot, so a nice deep belly slot and also a hook pocket on the top there. And that reduces the amount of plastic to make hook clearance easy. It also makes rigging nice and easy. So when a fish hits that, clears the hook, and we get our hook set on that weedless rigged plastic. Ton of the original colors and also a stack of those other color editions in the range as well, in that 3.5 inch and 5 inch PrawnZ Elite unrigged. Following on from the release of the iCast award-winning Mulletron LT, we have the new Shadtron LT in a 4.5 inch and a 6 inch model. So Shadtron LT, we are more of a shad profile, but we have a lot of similar characteristics to the Mulletron LT. So we've got that wedge-shaped tail that creates a really nice fluid swimming action in the water, which combined with the realism of this plastic gives you a realistic looking mud herring or herring style of profile, more that wider body shape than our Mulletron LT. So line through, again, fish bites this, the hook can come free, the plastic can slide up the line, and when the fish shakes its head, it jumps, plays up, it makes it harder for the fish to throw the hook because it doesn't have the weight of the lure attached. That's a 3.0 custom sickle hook in the 4.5 inch. And that's a 5.0 custom sickle hook in the 6 inch. And those hooks are also available as replacement packs separately. So this guy though has a unique, like industry first over-under rigging system. So we've got our line through and we've got our sickle hook, but we can also choose to rig this guy under with a treble. So our line system, we can run through the top or we can run to the bottom and attach a treble underneath there for additional hook points. Same thing, fish bites that, pulls free, and our lure moves up our line. So we've got that line through system, making it more difficult for the fish to throw that hook. So that's a 4.5 inch and a 6 inch in the Shadtron. 4 really nice colors. Overall weight on this guy is around the ounce, 2.2 ounces in this guy. Perfect for barra and a stack of other species. And remember with these guys, once you do unpack them, hang on to your packaging. The packaging is a perfect option for storing the plastic, and they've got little locking pieces on here, so you can put your Shadtron LT back in there, lock him back in nicely, and keep it in optimum condition for catching those big fish. So there you go, ultra realistic shad profile with an over or under rigging option. From the home of the original ChatterBait, we have another ChatterBait addition to the Z-Man range. So you guys love the Minimax and also the Big Blade. This guy here is the ultimate finesse ChatterBait. This is the ChatterBait Micro Max. So this guy here is available in 1/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce with a smaller blade size for a more subtle vibration and noise. 100% silicone skirt on there with fewer strands, and that gives us reduced bulk and also maximum skirt movement. Inside here, we've got a size 1 black nickel chemically sharpened hook and also a dual barbed keeper for holding your soft plastic in place on there. So that's going to be perfect for tough bites, skinny creeks, small water fishing, for bass, golden perch, stack of other species. 8 Aussie custom colors in the range, and we've added 2 new colors, Mossy and also Tropical Punch. And those 2 colors have also carried across into the Minimax range. So there you go, the ultimate finesse ChatterBait, ChatterBait Micro Max, fish on. The Z-Man ChatterBait Big Blade has become a favourite for Murray cod anglers, and now it's available in a pre-rigged version, ready to go, with a soft plastic trailer for added bulk and added action. Available in a 1/2 ounce and a 3/4 ounce size in 8 Aussie custom colours, including our new carp colour and also redfin. So those 2 are going to become absolute favourites in the range. We've got that nice big hex blade, direct connection here for lots of flash, vibration, noise, lots of thump to attract those big fish and trigger those strikes. Built on a heavy duty mustard 6.0 ultra point hook to stop those big fish. And it's got a custom heavy duty stinger in the back there as well. Pre-rigged with this paddle tail color matched plastic, which has got a rigging slot in there as well for your stinger hook. Our skirt, silicone hand tied, and you are ready to go and catch yourself big fish. So this guy, rigged and ready to go straight out of the packet for targeting big Murray cod. So there you go, folks. Thanks for checking out our new products for AFTA 2025. Stay tuned to tackletactics.com.au and our socials for product release dates from now through to October 2025. Get out there, get stuck into a few, fish on.